My beloved ones, since being with you, I have noticed something very significant, something that puzzles me, and yet it is the most common disease of the human mind. When a person becomes closely related to me, when they come a little closer to the fire, they sometimes get a fixed idea about who I am. It seems like they forget who I really am, and even why they have come to me. They start worshipping an image in their own head, instead of looking at the reality standing right in front of them. This situation puzzles you, it even scares you a little, and you ask for my comment. You must understand the mechanism of your own mind before you can understand me. The mind has a natural tendency to get quickly fixed ideas. The mind is always in a hurry to conclude. It wants to put a full stop where there is only a comma. It wants to put a period where the sentence is still continuing. Why is the mind so obsessed with fixed ideas? Because the mind is very much afraid of change. Change is dangerous for the mind. Change means insecurity. Change means you have to be alert again. If everything is fixed, if everything is settled, you can go to sleep. You can live like a zombie. And that is how 99% of people are living. They are sleepwalkers. They have fixed ideas about their wife, about their husband, about their children, about their God, about their society. And once the idea is fixed, they don't need to look at the reality anymore. They just carry the idea. They carry the photograph. But remember, change means rearrangement. Each time you change something, you have to rearrange your whole inner being. It is a disturbance. It is a chaos. If you change one brick in the wall of your house, the whole wall has to be supported differently. If you change one idea in your mind, all other ideas start trembling because they are all connected. To avoid this inner earthquake, the mind wants to live with fixed ideas. It wants a cemetery. In a cemetery, nobody changes. The dead people are very consistent. They never change their position. They never change their opinion. They are good citizens. But you are alive, or at least you are supposed to be alive. When a person comes to me, and it has been happening for 35 years continuously, he starts loving me. He feels a pull, a magnetic attraction. He comes closer, he becomes intimate, and in that intimacy, instead of dissolving, he solidifies. He gets a fixed idea. He thinks, Osho is like this. He is a saint, so he must behave like this. He is enlightened, so he must eat like this, stand like this, speak like this. He creates a frame. He buys a golden frame from the market of his own conditioning, and he tries to fit me into that frame. And that is where he misses me. That is where the connection is broken. Because now his fixed idea is going to create trouble. I am not an idea, and I am not fixed. I am not a thing. I am a process. I am a flow. I am changing every moment. And you have to be very courageous to be with a person who is changing every moment. It is like building a house on a bridge. You cannot settle. I am in absolute agreement with Heraclitus, the Greek mystic. He is one of the very few people in the history of humanity who understood the nature of reality deeply. Heraclitus said that you cannot step twice in the same river. It is impossible. Why? Because the river is constantly flowing. By the time you step in the second time, the water has flowed away. It is new water. It is a different river. And not only is the river different, you are different. You have changed. Your body cells are changing. Your mind is changing. Your mood is changing. So a different man is stepping into a different river. Translated to the human world, it means you cannot meet the same person again. When you go home today to your wife or your husband, do not think you are going to meet the same person you left in the morning. that person is gone. That person is history. A new person is waiting for you, but you are blind. You will go and kiss the memory of your wife. You will hug the idea of your husband. You will not touch the living being. You will not look into their eyes to see what has changed. I not only agree with Heraclitus, I go a little further. I say you cannot step in the same river even once, because even while you are stepping in, the river is moving. Even while you are touching the water is rushing towards the ocean. The contact is momentary, it is a flux. Translated to the human world, it means you cannot meet the same person even once. Meeting is an illusion. We are just two processes passing by each other, waving at each other from two different trains moving in opposite directions. But the mind cannot handle this much fluidity. It feels dizzy. It wants something solid to hold on to. Even while you are meeting him, he is changing. You are changing. The whole world is changing. Nothing is static. The stars are moving. The earth is moving. The trees are growing or dying. Everything is a movement. But once you get a fixed idea, you cling to it. You hold it tight like a treasure. You say, this is my friend, I know him. You don't know him. You only know your past experience of him. You are carrying a dead file, and I am constantly going to change. I am not going to compromise with your ideas. I am not here to fulfill your expectations. I am here to live my truth, and my truth is alive, breathing, pulsating. So tomorrow you will find yourself in a conflict. It is inevitable. If you carry a map of a city that existed 10 years ago and you try to find a house today, you will be lost. The streets have changed. The buildings have changed. Your map is useless. Your mind is that old map. So many have come to me and so many have gone, and this has been one of the basic reasons. They became too much fascinated with their own idea of me. They fell in love with their own projection. They looked at me, but they saw their own desires reflected. I became secondary. Their idea of me became primary. Can you see the stupidity of it? The reality becomes secondary and the fantasy becomes primary. And that idea too is old, dated. It belongs to the dustbin of history. Fresh and young I am with them. I am available here and now like a fresh flower opening in the morning sun. But they are looking at a dried flower pressed in a book. I became secondary, and if there was any conflict between their idea and my reality, they went with their idea. They chose the dead over the living. They chose the shadow over the substance, even to the point to become enemies of me. Love turns into hate very easily when it is based on an idea. When I don't fit their idea, they feel cheated. They feel betrayed. They say, Osho has changed. They tell people that I am no more the same. They say, I am no more the person I used to be. And they think they are criticizing me. They think they are condemning me. They are simply stating a fact, but with a wrong attitude. Yes, I am no more the person I used to be. Thank God, I am not a rock. I am not a fossil. They have worshipped a great saint, but I am no more the same person. They want me to be a statue in their temple. A statue is very convenient. It never asks for food. It never goes to the toilet. It never falls sick. It never says anything shocking. You can put flowers on it. You can bow down to it, and you feel good. I am a religious person, but a living master is a fire. You cannot put him in your pocket. They will keep my memory of the past deep in their heart. They will cherish the nostalgia. Those were the good old days when Osho was like this, but it is simply a photograph. And let me tell you the truth about photographs. Photographs don't change. That is why you love them. That is why you are obsessed with taking pictures. Have you noticed? You go to the Himalayas, to the most beautiful mountains in the world, and instead of looking at the mountains, you are busy taking photographs. You are busy clicking the camera. You want to capture it. You want to kill it and put it in a box. You are afraid that if you just look, it will disappear. And it will disappear. That is the beauty of it. Once it happened, one of my friends was collecting my photographs from my very childhood. He was a fanatic collector. From wherever he could get, he would find it. He had made a big album. He had put so much effort into it. He was showing me the album. He has done a great work. I must appreciate his effort. He had gone to many places, to many people. Wherever he heard somebody has a picture of me, he went there either to get the original or a copy of it. He was obsessed. He thought he was collecting me. But while he was showing them to me, he felt I am not interested. He could feel my indifference. He was turning the pages with such excitement. Look at this one, look at that one. And I was just sitting there, empty. He stopped and said to me, "You don't seem to be interested." He was hurt. He expected me to be happy. I said, "I don't seem to be interested because none of these photographs represent me. They only represent that which is dead. The child in the photo is dead. The young man in the photo is dead. Even the picture taken 1 second ago is of a moment that has died. A photograph can only represent that which is dead. A photograph is always of the dead. It is a death certificate. You cannot find the photograph which is of the living. The living cannot be captured on a film. The living is a throb. The living is a mystery." Before I continue with this, I want you to take a moment and look at your own life. If you are realizing right now that you have been loving a photograph more than the real person, if you are realizing that you are holding on to a dead past, I want you to engage with this energy. Show your courage by liking this video. It is a small act, but it is a signal to your unconscious mind that you are ready to drop the dead images. You are ready to wake up. Do it now as a commitment to your own awareness. Let me tell you a beautiful story about Picasso. In Picasso's home, there used to be a portrait, a self-portrait of Picasso. He had painted it himself. It was a masterpiece. He never sold it at no price. Dealers came, kings came, queens came. That was the only picture he insisted not to sell. And you know the human mind, the more you say no, the more the desire arises in the other. The prohibition creates the temptation. The more he insisted not to sell, more and more people were coming with bigger and bigger offers for the pictures. It became a challenge for art collectors. It became a matter of ego. Who will possess the unpossessable? One beautiful woman had come with the same idea. She was a very wealthy woman, arrogant in her wealth. She wanted to purchase the picture whatever the price. She thought everything can be bought. She thought every man has a price. She was ready to pay. She was rich enough. She stood there in Picasso's studio, looking at the painting and then looking at Picasso. She said to Picasso, "I am willing to pay you as much as you want for your portrait." She opened her checkbook. She was ready to write any number. Picasso looked at her with pity. He looked at the painting, then he looked at the woman. Picasso said, "People are mad. They are mad for a dead thing." He could not understand why they are so obsessed with a piece of canvas and some colors. They go on harassing me. He was tired of it, so he decided to teach her a lesson. He looked at her and said, "You can have it without any price. Take it, but remember, it is not me." The woman was shocked. She looked puzzled. She said, "It is not you." "What do you mean? It looks exactly like you. It is your nose, your eyes, your face." He said, "If it was me, I would have kissed you up to now." Look at the difference. The picture is dead. It is passive. But the living Picasso, he is a man of passion. He is a man of blood and bones. He said, "It does not speak, it does not love, it does not sing, it doesn't dance even. It is a corpse. Such a beautiful woman is standing before it, and the idiot is not even kissing you." He called his own picture an idiot. "Just can't take it, it is dead. Remove it from here, it is not me." This is the greatest insight you can have today. The image you have of your God is not God. If it was God, it would have danced with you, it would have kissed you, it would have overwhelmed you. But your statues in the temple do not kiss. Your scriptures do not sing. They are dead weight. And the image you have of your lover is not your lover. You are married to a stranger, and you are trying to force the stranger to be the person in your photograph. That is why there is so much misery in marriage. That is why there is so much conflict in friendship. You are hugging a ghost and you are surprised that there is no warmth. People get fixed ideas, and very soon it happens in a split second. You meet someone, they smile at you, and click, the mind takes a picture. He is a nice man. The next day he doesn't smile. He is worried about something and you are confused. What happened to the nice man? He has changed. He has not changed. He was a mystery yesterday. He is a mystery today. Yesterday the mystery was smiling. Today the mystery is sad. Watch the mystery. Don't demand consistency. Ordinarily it goes perfectly well in your society. Why? Because you meet only dead people. You are dead, they are dead. It is a gathering of corpses. You meet people who are not changing. They stopped growing when they were 10 years old. Their bodies grew, but their consciousness remained stuck. Who go on saying the same thing their whole life, just like a parrot. They repeat the newspapers, they repeat the Bible, they repeat the Gita. They have nothing original to say. They are consistent people. And for this consistency, they have all your respects. You give medals to them. You make them presidents. You make them popes because they are reliable. You know exactly what they will do. They are machines. A machine is reliable, a car is reliable, but a human being is a wild freedom. I seem to you self-contradictory. I know it. I disturb you. I say one thing today, and tomorrow I may say exactly the opposite. And you go crazy. You say, "Osho, but yesterday you said," yes, yesterday was yesterday. Yesterday I was addressing a different question. Yesterday the wind was blowing north. Today the wind is blowing south. Do you want me to be consistent with the past, or do you want me to be true to the present? I am inconsistent for the simple reason because I have decided not to die before I die. I refuse to be a grave. I am going to live to the very last breath. Each moment will be a new birth. And that means each moment I have to die to the past. So you cannot be certain about me till my last breath. Do not try to predict me. Do not try to organize me. You will fail. And in your failure, you will become angry. But if you are wise in your failure, you will become humble. You will drop your mind. After my last breath, you can make any image of me and be satisfied with it. Then you are free. Then you can write your books. You can make your dogmas. But remember, it will not be me. It will be just another dead bhindi, another dead vegetable that you are worshipping. To be with me needs courage. It is not for the weak-hearted. It is not for those who are seeking consolation. It is for the gamblers. It is for the daredevils. And the greatest courage is to be capable to see the change and to move with it, to flow with the river, not to swim upstream, to let go of the branch you are holding on the bank. It may be difficult. The mind will scream. The mind will say, no, it is unsafe. It is easy to have one idea once and then be finished. It is the way of the lazy, but life is not for the lazy. Life is for the alert. Consider the Sufi story of Mulla Nasrudin. It is a hilarious story, but as with all Sufi stories, it is a diamond wrapped in a joke. Mulla Nasrudin is appointed as the prime minister, a fakir, a beggar, a mystic appointed as a prime minister, because he was known to be very wise. Somewhat weird was his wisdom, but still wisdom is wisdom. Real wisdom is always weird to the ordinary mind because it does not follow the rules of logic, it follows the rules of life. And first, when they went to have their dinner together with the king, a certain vegetable called bindi, you know it as okra, was made by the cook. It was stuffed with eastern spices, delicious, aromatic. It is a delicacy. The king tasted it. He had never tasted it cooked that way before, and the king appreciated the cook. He said, "This is wonderful. Now watch Mulla Nasrudin, watch the mind of a man who is fluid." After that, Mulla said in appreciation of the bindi that this is the most precious vegetable in the world. He started composing poetry about bindi. He said, "It gives you long life. It keeps you healthy, it gives you resistance against diseases, and so on and so forth." He made the bindi sound like the elixir of immortality. The king was amazed. The king said, "I never knew that you know so much about vegetables." And the cook heard about it. The cook was listening from behind the curtain. So he thought that if bindi is such a thing that our king can live long and healthy and young, then I should serve it more often. He thought he had found the secret to the king's happiness. Next day again bindi was made, and again Mulla praised it. He did not say, "Again?" No, he found new words of praise. He went even higher than the first day. Third day the bindi was made, and Mulla went even still higher. He was inventing virtues of bindi that God himself didn't know when he created it. Fourth day, and the bindi was made, and Mulla was going higher and higher. By the fifth day, Mulla even said that bindi is a divine food. God eats only bindi. But the king was human. The king was bored. His palate was tired. He threw the plate of the bindi. He exploded. He lost his temper. He told Mulla Nasrudin that you are an idiot. Just 5 days ago, he was the wise prime minister. Now he is an idiot. Bindi and God eats bindi? Every day you will drive me mad. The king was furious. He was ready to punish someone. Now, what would a consistent man do? A consistent man would say, "But your majesty, you liked it 5 days ago." And scientific studies show that bindi is good for health. A consistent man would argue, a consistent man would try to prove he is right. But Mulla Nasrudin is not a consistent man. He is a conscious man. Mulla said, "Lord, you are getting unnecessarily hot. I am your servant. Listen to this carefully. You said bindi is good. I simply followed you. I was just amplifying your mood. I was just being a mirror to you. And when I do something, I do it perfectly. If I praise perfectly. If I condemn, I will condemn perfectly. And I am not a servant to bindi. I am your servant." This sentence is the key. I am not a servant to bindi. Most of you are servants to the bindi. You are servants to the dead things. You are servants to the past statements. You are servants to the dogma. You are not servants to the living God within you. You are not servants to the consciousness that is breathing in you right now. Mulla continued. He looked at the spilled curry on the floor and said, "The truth is, the bindi is the worst thing in the world. Immediately, no hesitation. Even devils don't eat it. 5 minutes ago, God was eating it. Now even devils reject it. You did well that you threw it." And then he did something even more spectacular. He threw his plate farther away than the king. He outdid the king in his rejection. If the king throws it 1 meter, Mulla throws it 10 meters. He said, "You always should remember that I am your servant, and you are always right, and I am a consistent man." Wait, he calls himself a consistent man. Yes, but his definition of consistency is different from yours. He says, "I will remain consistently your servant, whatever happens." My consistency is to the master, not to the object. My consistency is to the subject, not to the object. There are people, almost the whole world, who live in a certain consistency. They are consistent to the object. They are consistent to the bhindi. It is easier. You don't have to be alert. You just have to follow the rule book. But when you come closer to a man like me, you are going to be in difficulty. Because I am not a rule book. I am the king who changes his mood. I am the existence that changes its seasons. Either you will have to drop your idea of consistency, or you will have to drop me. The choice is yours. You cannot carry your rigid mind and walk with me. My path is a pathless path. It moves like a cloud. It has no fixed track. And people are so infatuated with their own ideas that they can drop me, but they cannot drop their ideas. They would rather save their photograph of the Guru than follow the living Guru. They would rather save their Bible than follow the living Christ. This is the tragedy. This is the calamity of the human heart. I want you to pause here. I want this story to sink in. Are you serving the bindi in your life? Are you defending a job you hate just because you decided 10 years ago it was a good career? Are you staying in a toxic dynamic because you promised forever? Are you serving the dead past? If you are ready to stop serving the bindi and start serving your own living soul, I have more to tell you. The journey is not over. The river is still flowing. In the next part of this discourse, we will go deeper into how you can break this habit, how you can find the courage to be inconsistent, to be wild, to be real. You are still here. Good. That means there is a little bit of madness in you, a little bit of courage. Because only a madman listens to a man who promises to take away his certainty. The sane people, the so-called sane people, are busy polishing their cages. They are busy making their prisons comfortable. But you are here, standing at the door of the prison, wondering if you should step out. I say to you, step out. The air is fresh outside. The stars are waiting for you. We have spoken about the bindi, the vegetable. We have spoken about the foolish consistency that destroys life. Now we must go deeper. We must look at the root. Why is it so difficult for you to be like Mulla Nasrudin? Why is it so difficult to throw the plate? It is because you think that if you change, you will lose your identity. You think, if I am not the man who believes in this, then who am I? If I am not the woman who is married to this man, then who am I? This question, who am I, scares you, so you quickly fill the gap with an answer. I am a doctor, I am a Hindu, I am a father. You paste a label on your soul, but the soul has no label. The soul is a vast emptiness. It is a sky. Can you write India on the sky? Can you write Christian on the sky? You can try with smoke, but the wind will come and blow it away. Your identity is just smoke, and you are terrified that if the wind comes, you will disappear. But I tell you, you will not disappear. You will appear for the first time. When the smoke is gone, the sky is revealed. When the fixed idea is gone, the reality is revealed. And the reality is far more beautiful, far more blissful than any idea you can manufacture in your tiny head. You ask me, Osho, but how do I live in the world without fixed ideas? Won't it be chaos? Yes, it will be chaos, and out of chaos, stars are born. You are so afraid of chaos, you want order. But look at your order, it is just suppressed chaos. You are sitting on a volcano and smiling for the camera. You are pretending everything is fine, but deep down you are boiling. Your discipline is just a lid on the boiling pot. I say, take the lid off, let the steam out, let the chaos be. In chaos there is life, in order there is only death. Look at the jungle, it is chaotic. Trees are growing wherever they want. Creepers are climbing on trees, animals are running. There is no government in the jungle. There is no police in the jungle, and yet there is a tremendous harmony. It is not a forced harmony, it is an organic harmony. And look at your garden, manicured, cut, trimmed. It looks clean, but it is dead. It has no soul. You are trying to make your life a manicured garden. I want you to become a jungle. To be capable of change means to be capable of responding to the new. The new is knocking at your door every moment. Every breath is a new guest. Do not meet the new guest with old language. If a stranger comes to your door, do you speak to him as if he is your brother? No, you look at him, you listen to him. You find a new way to relate. Existence is that stranger. You must understand that the mind is a mechanism of the past. The mind is nothing but a collection of memories. It is a dustbin of everything that has happened. It cannot know the future. It cannot know the present. It only knows what has gone. So when you function from the mind, you are functioning from the past. You are driving the car by looking in the rearview mirror, and then you are surprised when you crash. You blame the road, you blame the other driver, you blame God, but you never look at the fact that you were looking backward while moving forward. To be with me or to be with life, which is the same thing, you have to stop looking in the rearview mirror. You have to look through the windshield, and the windshield is clear. It has no pictures on it. If you have painted pictures on your windshield, you will not see the road. You will see your paintings. Drop the paintings. Smash the windshield if you have to. But feel the wind on your face. You say, but Osho, I have invested so much in my ideas. I have spent 40 years believing in this philosophy. I have spent 20 years building this reputation. I know it is painful. It is an investment. You are a businessman. You are thinking about profit and loss. If I drop my consistency, I will lose my investment. But what have you gained from your investment? Show me. Have you gained bliss? Have you gained silence? Have you gained eyes that can see the divine in a pebble? Have you gained a heart that dances with the wind? No, you have gained only heaviness. You have gained anxiety. You have gained ulcers. You have gained a serious face. You have lost your laughter. Is it a good bargain? You have sold your soul and bought a reputation. You have sold your freedom and bought a cage. I am here to tell you that the deal can be cancelled. It is never too late. You can tear up the contract. You can say, enough is enough. I am bankrupt, but I am free. And the moment you accept your bankruptcy of ideas, the moment you say, I know nothing, that is the moment of transformation. That is the moment the door opens. Socrates said, I know only one thing, that I know nothing. That was the beginning of wisdom. But you know everything. You know what is right, what is wrong, who is good, who is bad, where you will go after death. You have a map of heaven, even though you have never stepped 1 inch outside your house. Burn your maps. They are false. They are drawn by people who never traveled. They are drawn by people who wanted to control you. A fixed idea is a method of control. Society wants you to be consistent so that you are predictable. If you are predictable, You are a cog in the machine. The machine runs smoothly. But if you are unpredictable, if you are wild, the machine starts shaking. I am here to sabotage the machine. I am here to make you a non-functioning part of the social machinery. I am here to make you an individual. And an individual is never consistent. An individual is a mystery. People ask me, Osho, what is your teaching? I have no teaching. A teaching is a fixed thing. A teaching is a dogma. I have a presence, I have a love, I have a method to wake you up. But I don't give you a doctrine to put in your pocket. If you put my words in your pocket, they will burn a hole in it. My words are fire. You cannot carry them. You have to drink them and let them burn your throat. Let them burn your stomach. Let them burn everything that is false in you. When you leave this video, do not carry a memory of it. Do not say, Osho said this. If you repeat what I said, you are repeating a dead thing. Instead, taste the flavor of what I am saying. Catch the vibe, catch the fire, and then go and live your life with that fire. Maybe you will do exactly the opposite of what I said. Good. If your consciousness tells you to do the opposite, do it. That is my teaching. Follow your own light, not my words. Apa dipo bhava. Be a light unto yourself. That was the last statement of Gautama Buddha. He did not say, follow my rules. He did not say, worship my statue. He said, be a light unto yourself, because your light is the only light that will guide you in the dark. My light can only show you that you have a candle in your hand. It cannot light your way. You have to light your own candle. But to light your candle, you have to drop the fear of the dark. You have to drop the fear of being wrong. The consistent man is afraid of being wrong. He wants to be right always. The mullah in the story, he didn't care about being right. He cared about being in tune. When the king said Bindi is good, he was in tune. When the king said Bindi is bad, he was in tune. He was dancing with the partner. He was not stepping on the partner's toes by standing still. Life is a dance, and in a dance you have to move. If you stand still in a dance floor because you think this is the right position, you will be knocked down. Everyone is moving. The music is moving. You have to flow. And remember, this fluidity is not a weakness. Water is fluid, but it breaks the rock. The rock is consistent, hard, rigid. It says, I will not move. The water says, I will move around you, over you, under you. And eventually, the rock becomes sand. The water wins. The feminine wins. The soft wins. The flexible wins. Lao Tzu calls it the watercourse way. Be like water. When you meet your child today, be like water. Don't be a rock of authority. Don't be a rock of, I am the father, listen to me. Be water, flow with the child, see where their energy is going. Maybe they have something to teach you. Maybe the child is closer to God than you are, because the child is not yet consistent. The child is still changing every moment. One moment crying, next moment laughing. The child has no problem with contradiction. But you say, stop crying. Why are you laughing now? You were just crying. You are insane. The child is natural. When you meet your lover, be like water. Do not demand. Do not hold grudges. A grudge is a frozen memory. It is a piece of ice in the water. Melt it. Let it go. Yesterday you hurt me, but today is a new day. I will look at you with fresh eyes. If you can do this, love will never die. Love dies because it becomes heavy with the past. Love dies because it becomes a photo album. Throw the album in the fire. Look at the face. And finally, when you look at yourself in the mirror, be like water. Do not judge the face you see. Do not say, I am getting old. Do not say, I am ugly. Do not say, I am beautiful. These are all fixed ideas. Just look, just be. See the change, see the river of time flowing through your face, and laugh, laugh at the whole joke of it. You are here for a few days, a tourist on this planet. Why be so serious? Why carry so much luggage? The hotel does not belong to you. The room does not belong to you. Use it, enjoy it. And when the time comes to check out, just pick up your toothbrush, or maybe not even that, and leave. Leave with a smile, leave without a footprint. That is the way of the white cloud. It moves in the sky, it has no destination, it leaves no track. It is just a joy of being. I invite you to be a white cloud. I invite you to be a Mulla Nasrudin. I invite you to be a river. It is dangerous. I warn you again. It is not safe. If you want safety, go to the priest. Go to the politician. They will give you insurance. I give you no insurance. I give you insecurity. But in that insecurity, life happens. In that insecurity, God happens. Are you ready to take the jump? I am not asking for a verbal answer. I am asking for an existential answer. Answer with your life. Answer with your actions. Answer by throwing the plate of bindi when it is no longer tasty. Drop the idea. Meet the reality. And if you have enjoyed this crazy talk, if you have felt a little bit of the fire, then share this madness. The world needs more mad people like us. The sane ones have created enough nuclear weapons. The sane ones have created enough wars. It is time for the mad ones to dance. Share this video. Subscribe if you want to be reminded to wake up. But don't rely on the reminder. Wake up yourself. Enough for today.